Kansas Senator Roger Marshall. Senator, always great to see you. So I know that you have told me multiple times on our show that every state is in fact a border state with our borders wide open and illegal migrants flooding in. Some, as we are seeing, bringing drugs, crime, and gangs. First, I just want to get your reaction to what you just heard from Kamala Harris's interview with Charlamagne the God.
Well, did she ever say she secured the border? No, she did not. You know, across the country, people start in-person voting. Early in-person voting starts this week across the country. And as people go into that voting booth, I hope they ask themselves, am I safer today than I was 4 years ago? We just did a telephone town hall recently with senior citizens, thousands of them on the line, and 60% of them do not feel safe in their own community. 60% of the people, senior citizens in Kansas, don't feel safe in their own community. And Kamala Harris owns that. We're losing 200 to 300 Americans, young adults, every day to fentanyl poisoning, human trafficking exploding. She owns this. I think this will be the defining emotional issue when people go in there and cast their ballot.
And I know that back in April, Secretary Mayorkas testified to you under oath that he could not confirm if his technology to oversee the border was operational. But then just yesterday on NBC, this was reported. Take a look.
30% of the cameras in Border Patrol's main surveillance system are broken. That's right, 150 of 500 don't actually work. And that actually makes some sections of the U.S.-Mexico border totally invisible to agents. The nationwide issue is having a, quote, significant impact on their ability to spot people trying to cross illegally.
Senator, this is a big deal. We have cameras that are not working at the border, so we really have no idea who or how many are coming across at all. What do you make of this?
Well, look, we know that at least 2 million known gotaways have come into the country under Kamala Harris, known gotaways. Again, as people go in there and early vote this week and next week, they need to be thinking about that. And that's a low number. That's 2 million people that they've registered on the cameras that were working. It's interesting to me that they have enough money to fly in 1,000 people every day on Kamala Harris's parole program, but they don't have enough money to fix these cameras or get new cameras. They're spending $110,000 on average for every one of these illegal migrants that come across as they resettle them, but we don't have enough money to fix these cameras. Look, Kamala Harris has always had her priorities backwards. I wake up every day thinking about the security of my family, of your family, of my parents, our children, and that should be what she should be thinking about. Instead, she has other priorities.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I want to ask you about Tren de Aragua, the same gang that's terrorizing Colorado apartments. Reportedly, they're now being recruited out of the New York City Roosevelt Hotel. It's a migrant shelter now, and they're specifically avoiding jail time because of their young ages. I know this is happening in very blue cities and states across the country. You have been warning for a long time now that this problem would only get worse. What's your reaction to this, and what are you seeing in your home state of Kansas?
Oh boy, we need President Trump, don't we? We need someone who's committed to securing the border. We did some roundtables with police officers, sheriff officers, and they said we cannot arrest ourselves out of this. We have to stop the hemorrhaging first at the border, and then we need a president who's committed to go out and get rid of these criminals. You know, it's going to be an impossible task. There's maybe 20 million illegal aliens in this country. Maybe it's 30 million. We have no idea, but we'll need to prioritize moving these gang members. I would just say in Kansas, what we're seeing, of course, we're losing a Kansan every day to fentanyl poisoning. Human trafficking is exploding. We had the Chinese triad running the weed farms, the marijuana farms out of Oklahoma, flooding our state with marijuana as well. And as my dad, the chief of police, said, wherever there's drug trafficking, there's going to be crime surrounding that as well. So it's a horrible situation. I thank goodness for all our law enforcement officers who are working double time. I appreciate their efforts. I appreciate the Border Patrol officers who informed us of this, 6 months ago. But Mayorkas wouldn't own up to it. We thank goodness, he's been impeached on the House side. The Senate didn't follow through. That's why we need a Republican Senate majority, is to follow through with some of these processes.